So here's the plan. I have just 5 attempts to beat one of the 3 Team Aqua bosses that possesses the legendary KYOGRE. But there's a twist. I can only do it with a level 1 Aron. Now, some questions may come to mind. How? It's a level 100 plus KYOGRE, and not to mention it has a blue orb. Well, recently I've been playing on the server Pokédex, and during my time there I've trained a team that I would like you all to meet. So, yeah, I have a few different team members, and of course, Aron is the last team member. Now, it originally was going to be a level 5 Magnemite with a berry juice and recycle, however, I wanted to instantly kill the KYOGRE, so I went with a Fear Aron. Now, you may be wondering, what is a Fear Aron? Well, I'm here to explain that. A Fear Aron stands for Focus Sash, Endeavor, Quick Attack, Rattata. Now you may be wondering, that's not a Rattata. Well, that may be true. However, it does still have the move Endeavor, which, for example, if KYOGRE hit my level 1 Aron with a very, very powerful move, and I use Endeavor, it will equal my current HP. Now, combining this with a Shell Bell makes it virtually impossible to beat. One of the main things that comes from using a Fear Aron, you can instantly regain your health. And you don't need a Focus Sash. If you had a Focus Sash and a Shell Bell, you couldn't run that. Well, luckily, the Aron has the ability Sturdy, which essentially makes it a Focus Sash in itself. Now, I'll show you just what I mean. Let's get into the attempts. I started off with Toxapex as the lead, using Toxic Spikes on the first turn. I then used Baneful Bunker to try get poison on the lead Pelipper, sadly to no avail. I used it again, however it fails. And just so my Toxapex is safe, I went for Recover, however it burns me with that Scald. Luckily I had leftovers equipped to cancel out some of the burn. He switched from Pelipper into Explode, which gets poisoned from those Toxic Spikes put down earlier. However, that won't stop it from using Boom Burst and one-shotting my Toxapex. I send in the main man himself, Aron, just to show you how powerful it is. Just watch. Explode is already down, and Pelipper is at 0.3% of its health. I can't risk losing Aron, so I decided to switch out into my Garvantula. A very heavy special attacker and a great setup one with those sticky webs. The Pelipper goes for U-turn straight into Sharpedo, and I go for Sticky Web. However, Sharpedo Mega Evolves and one-shots my Garvantula. I've decided I've had enough, and I go for my Aron again, hanging on with that Sturdy and taking it out in one blow with the help from Spikes. Pelipper is thrown back out, and of course, I don't want to risk it, so I send out Muck, appropriately named Backwards, and it goes for another U-turn. I'm starting to see a pattern here. KYOGRE appears right in front of me and lets out a roar. However, it's still taken aback by the spikes. I had to sacrifice Muck to swap in with Aron, sadly. With no hope to be even faster than this KYOGRE, it goes down to a water spout. Aron comes back out and uses Endeavor once again as it's struck with lightning. Boom. We did what we set out to do. But we are not done yet. If you remember, I said we had to defeat him, not just kill KYOGRE. He continues on with Pelipper, what a surprise, as I switch out into Dracovish, fearing for Aron's life. Pelipper U-turns again, sending out the boss's Tapu Fini. Here's what we know. Pelipper panics when it's at 1 HP, and will continue to use U-turn. If I use Endeavor whilst it U-turns into a healthy Pokemon, we can drain that Pokemon's health instantly. Good plan, right? If only I realized that sooner in this video, rather than at a later attempt. I go for Fishious Rend on Tapu Fini, doing just over half as it one-shots me with Moonblast. God damn you fairy types. For some reason I went for Cloyster instead of Aron, as I thought Endeavor would fail. I have no clue, you're just gonna have to ask past me. However, I do Dynamax it and go for Max Hailstorm to try finish it off. However, of course, Ice isn't effective against water. Dummy. I do get some good poison damage though. As my Cloyster goes down, leaving me with Aron, and the boss baiting me with Weezing just to go into Pelipper, and back into Weezing, and dummy me used Rock Smash. That ends attempt 1. Oh dear, what are the rest like? For this attempt, I went for Cloyster as my lead, as it had Toxic Spikes on it, and I was hoping for a little bit of setup with the Shell Smash. However, I only got 2 Toxic Spikes off, as I didn't have enough health to deal with the Pelipper. I then send out Aron to teach it a lesson, as it uses Scold, and goes straight to 0.3% of its health. I switch to Muck this time, still worried about it not going for U-turn, but of course it does and goes into Sharpedo. I then use Shadow Sneak to get a little bit of damage off as it Mega Evolves. I knew it's faster than Muck due to his terrible speed stat, and it goes down. I then send out Aron to take the Sharpedo out, and with no hindrance it goes down to Poison. Pelipper is thrown out, but I've learned my lesson this time, and I go for Endeavor again. And it actually U-turns into the one and only Kyogre. Before Kyogre could finish roaring, it's already dead. Pelipper is thrown right back out and does it again. Then it's Exploud's turn. Boom, dead already. Once again, it's Pelipper's turn as it goes for it again, bringing in Tapu Fini. The Tapu Fini lives, so I decide I have to switch. I know for a fact Toxapex can live through a hit. I go into Toxapex as it went for Moonblast, killing itself with the extra poison damage. I go for Baneful Bunker on the Weezing, but it goes for Toxic Spikes. Don't worry, Aron is a Steel type and isn't affected by poison. Pelipper is thrown out after Weezing put up the Toxic Spikes. I go for Scold and that annoying Pelipper switches out. It seems Weezing takes the Scolds and I get a lucky burn on this Weezing. This is huge. Since Weezing is poisoned, it isn't affected by the spikes, however it can be burned. It keeps switching out and in with Pelipper and Weezing. The Weezing only had a poison attacking move and Pain Split. I finally get the Pelipper down with a Scold, and now it's just me and the Weezing left. But it keeps Pain Splitting me to restore its health. It keeps taking big damage from Scold and the burn, but it's on 20 plus health, and it wants that health back. I keep on whittling it down, and eventually it goes down to Scold. I did it. I defeated the Team Aqua boss. There was a punishment plan for this video on not being able to take him out. I would have had to eat a whole hot sauce packet on camera. But don't worry. I have another video planned for that hot sauce packet. Join me next time where I have 24 hours to find a shiny Pokemon, full odds on 1 out of 8,192. Something only a few people have dreamed of achieving. Or I eat the hot sauce packet. Peace.